This is Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd from the album Wish You Were Here. I'm starting out with the G5 chord, which is just if you play a regular G and you move your third finger down one string, so it's on the second string, third fret, playing a D note, and then my fourth finger will play the G on the first string, so the third fret, first string is a G note. That's the chord, and this is really important because these two fingers, my third and fourth fingers, are going to stay on these two notes for this whole section. These don't move. So my first finger and my second finger are going to be moving around. So basically, from the G chord, and then if you take those two fingers and play at E minor, okay, you'd probably normally play E major. You play E minor, you lift off your finger. Okay, but instead of playing it with the second and third fingers, I'm going to play it with my first and second fingers and keep these two fingers on there. Then there's another chord he plays here where you just lift off your first finger, and that's some kind of A shape. I'm not sure I don't know what you would call these chords. Forget the names. Those are the shapes. And at the same time, you know, he's playing a melody along. So what you're doing with that is while you're making the chord shape, just starting out on the G note on the sixth string, and then hammer on with my second finger. So I'm going to go to the fifth string, play the open A, and hammer on the B. So I'm hammering back on the second fret with my first finger, and then going up to the D note. And then you change to the E minor shape. And then he strums. And then picks out on the fourth string, third string, fourth string, and then back to the strumming to the G. And from there, from that transition, I tend to do two things. One is I'll pull off from that E note. So I'm playing E on the fourth string here, and I'll either pull it off as a transition to the G, or sometimes I even pluck the note. I even play the note like that. There I pulled it off, or I can do, and I actually pluck the note. And I don't really think about that too much. It just kind of happens one way or the other as I'm playing. And then he does that a couple times. And then what he does is he goes to the fourth string. He plays a couple of notes. Excuse me. That. So what he's doing is fourth string. Then lift up your second finger. So from you're playing the E note, D, and then so fourth string, two notes on the fourth string, E, D. Then go down to the fifth string, playing that B note, B. So E, this finger, E, D, open, B, and then the open A. And as I play the open A, I replace my second finger onto the E note and strum. So if you can see that there. And then to go back to the G, there's a little hammer on and hammer off. And then back to the G. You can also hammer on and then pluck that note. You can hammer on and hammer off, or just play that note. And when you're strumming, you just kind of down, up, down, up. So you can kind of see how that is very simple strumming. For the verse, as he's singing, basically it starts out with a C/G chord. So basically what that is you'll play a C. This is a regular C major. And if I take my third finger off and move it down to the sixth string to play a G, and I use my fourth finger to play a C note, the root. So the fifth string, third fret, C note. And that's a C/G chord. So all the slash means is that there's a bass note below the root. The root is C. There's a bass note below the root, so that's /G. So C/G. So I'll go through the chords. So C/G, and also then I play D. You can play a straight D major chord. It sounds just fine. But I think what he's actually doing, if I recall correctly, on the album, is playing a D/F sharp, which again, the slash just means I'm playing the F sharp note, sixth string, second fret. I'm using my thumb to play that. So normally I might play a D major and just start from the D bass, the root note here, D major. What I'm going to do is actually strum all the strings and fret the second fret with my thumb. So you hear the F sharp. The other chords here, A minor. And what he's doing, so the chords are pretty simple, but you can kind of embellish them a little bit as he's playing. Like what you'll hear him do is kind of like with the D, you can lift off your second finger. You can lift off your first finger, or both, first and second finger. And with the A minor, you can lift off your first finger. And in the C/G, lift off your second finger. So you think you can tell to the D, heaven from hell, blue skies from pain. Can you tell a green field? D, a cold steel rail. C, a smile from a veil. A minor, do you think you can tell? G, did they get you the train? C, your heroes for ghosts. D, hot ashes for trees. A minor, hot air for a cool breeze. G, cold comfort for change. D, did you exchange? C, a walk-on part in the war. A minor, a lead role in a cage. And then it goes back into that main riff. So as you're playing that, as you're doing the verse part, again, you can just play the straight chords. But you know, if you want to embellish it a little bit, you can just lift off your fingers. You know? You just kind of add the little embellishments there, and just kind of do whatever whatever feels right at the moment. I guess that's it. So good luck.